Hey everybody, the Basic Dad here, Jimmy with the Basic Dad Creations. I've been doing a lot of powder coating lately, but what I wanted to take opportunity to do is to do an ice test review here with my blue cooler. I bought this back in, I think February, March, and I really bought this to be able to, I have 4 boys that are all active in sports. So, we're usually at a field somewhere most of the day on the weekends and during the week. And I wanted something that would keep our drinks cold, keep ice, be able to be easy to kind of carry around. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour here in a second. And I wanted something affordable. And this blue cooler, and you can get them in different colors. Doesn't necessarily have to be blue here. This is a 30 quart cooler. I got it for $139. You would pay almost $250 for a Yeti. Here, let me give you a tour of the options. Okay, so the blue cooler here, it's really sturdy. I really like these stretch latches that you can get in and do, the logo. It does have a spot here where you can lock it. If we open it up here, you see we've got a bottle opener there. Looks like it's got a lot of good kind of seal and insulation. If you can get in here and take a look, good amount of space. This seems to be pretty thick. In terms of being able to hold ice. It does have ridges, so if you wanted to put some compartments in to separate stuff from the ice, to go in there as well. It also has rope latches. What I like about our handles, what I like about these, is those won't get wrapped up or twisted or knotted. And so here, what we're gonna do is I've got 2 10-pound bags of ice here. Blue Cooler says that their coolers will keep ice up to 10 days. So we're going to put these 2 10-pound bags of ice in it. Going to put a couple of chili pops. Here in Texas, Dr. Pepper's like liquid gold. Going to put a couple of our favorite beverages in. Got a Hopadillo IPA. We'll just kind of throw those in there. Let's put the ice in and get started. We're going to come back every day and just kind of check and see how the ice is doing. Okay. All right, that's good. It's 1 10-pound bag done, and it's maybe less than halfway full. Okay, got both bags of ice in. Let's go ahead and put our favorite beverages in. You can put whatever beverage in you would like. We're just going to kind of set them here on top. Throw a couple more in there. Maybe these will be nice and cold when we're ready to kind of crack these open. All right, so we've got them in there. What we're going to do now is we're going to latch this shut. It is about 12:15 p.m., a little after, 15 minutes after noon. We're going to come back every day and test how this does. So I'm doing this in my garage. And the average temperature, even with the door open, or the garage door open here in Texas right now, in my garage could be anywhere between 85 and 90 degrees. So we'll see how well, this cooler holds up. So let's get it shut. We'll get it latched, and we'll come back tomorrow and check it. All right, we're back. It's been 24 hours since we put the 2 10-pound bags of ice in our blue cooler. with some refreshments. So let's come down here and give it a latch open. And it looks like we still got a good amount of ice in there. Let's look in there. I do see some water melting in there. So if you remember, Blue Coolers claim that it will keep temperature or ice in here for 10 days. It's been 24 hours. You can see the temperature right around just normal stuff in my garage is about 83 degrees. Beverages are about 44 degrees. So let's give it a close. You can see the temperature of the cooler is about 81 degrees. So pretty consistent with everything in. So, all right, 24 hours, we'll be back. I'm a little nervous about this lasting 10 days, so we'll see. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, welcome back for day 2. It's a Monday, so I had to work today, so it's 5:07 Central Time. So here we are. We're going to come out here and check it out. So we get the latches and open it up, and day 2, and it's really starting to melt and get watery. I don't know if it would be better if I'm certain if I drained that water out. So I'm going to keep it going like it is. We'll see how long it lasts this way. And then we might just have to do another test to see if draining the water out causes a different outcome. So let's get it latched down. I really don't know what the problem is when I try to open it up. It really gets stuck. I don't know. Maybe I got a defective cooler here, but we'll come back tomorrow. Okay, here we're back for day 3 to check the Blue Cooler. We were trying to do the 10-day ice challenge just to put it into some perspective. The cooler itself is registering 81. The lid is registering about 82.4. The ground is registering about 80.5. So let's give it an open and see what we got. Get the straps. Wow, I cannot open this thing. Let's set you down here. See if I can open this thing. Wow. I don't know if it's just creating a seal in, but you can come in and see the ice is pretty much just water now. I mean, there's still a good amount of ice in there. Temperature registering about 36 degrees. The cans are registering about 50 degrees. Sides of the coolers are registering about 50 degrees. But the ice water is coming in about 36 degrees. So we're at day 3. We may make it to day 5 before all that ice melts, maybe a little bit longer. I mean, what I can tell you at least is everything is really, really ice cold. The one thing that I will mention here is I did not pre-cool the cooler. I mean, most normal people, or maybe I say usual people, as they're going to use a cooler, aren't going to pre-cool the cooler. I mean, who has time for that? Where do you where do you have space to pre-cool a cooler? I mean, you want to dump ice in with your drinks or whatever you're trying to keep cold and go. So, like I said, the average temperature in my garage can range between 80 to 90 degrees. I should mention it's about 12:10 p.m. Central Time. And you saw it was about 80 degrees in. This cooler has not left the garage or this spot. So we're going to give it a close, let all that, probably that cold air out. But day 3, we'll come back tomorrow. Okay, everybody. Here we are back at day 4. Doing it a little bit early, got a lunch break a little bit earlier today. It's about 11:21 Central Time, day 4. I'm gonna open it up. Once I open it up, I'll bring the camera over and give you a closer view. So let's unlatch. I mean, I just don't understand the difficulty in opening this thing. This is bizarre. I'm gonna have to pry this open. It really just gets a suction in there. I couldn't open. If this were to happen at on a field at a game, I don't know if I have 4 boys, 14 and under. I don't know if my youngest 2 or even my youngest 3 or even my oldest would be able to open this up and get a sports drink out. Here, let's bring the camera over. Let me take a look inside. And you can see we got a little bit of ice left. I did do the temperature gun a little earlier. It's about 80 degrees in my garage floor. The cooler itself's registering at 80. Inside is coming in around 37. Cans coming in around 38, 39. So, everything in here is ice cold. This is day 4. The ice has really changed from yesterday. I'm going to predict by tomorrow that this ice will be empty by day, or this ice will be gone. Hopefully I'll be able to open this up tomorrow and check it, but we'll come back tomorrow. Okay, we're back. We're going to take a look inside here, see what we've got. It's day 5. Let's see what we got from ice perspective. Let's take a look here. And as you can see, we're completely out of ice. You also noticed this go around, it was definitely easier to open the cooler. So when it was packed with ice or still had ice in it, for some reason it was difficult to open, and you could see that in the previous days. So the 10-day ice challenge turned into be, let's just call it 5, somewhere between day 4 and day 5. All of the ice melted. What I will say is everything inside is still pretty cool. It looks like I'm getting a temperature there of about 54 degrees. Cans are registering about the same thing. So still pretty chilly in there, but as far as lasting 10 days worth of ice, this cooler was not able to do that. I would say all in all, for me and my purposes, I'm probably not necessarily going to be in a situation where I need to have 10 days worth of ice. Even if we were to take this to the beach, we would probably replenish the ice every so often. The other thing that we would probably do is drain the water out. And so the caveat I want to say here with Blue Cooler is I don't know the conditions or circumstances of the statement that their coolers can hold ice up to 10 days. I don't know if that is in, certain temperatures, if that is the cooler being pre-chilled, if that is water being drained out, every day. I would typically think, the ice may stay a little bit longer because the water would be chilled, and so it would help it, in. So as far as the ice not lasting 10 days for my personal use, I'm okay with that. It lasted almost 5 days. That's plenty lengthy enough. But the thing that I have pause with is the difficulty the last few days of opening the cooler with the ice in it. Like I said, if I didn't have anything that I could pry that cooler open at a field, my kids or my wife wouldn't necessarily be able to, open that up and get a water or sports drink, or myself an adult beverage if needed. I certainly wouldn't have that at a sports field, but a Gatorade or something. Just the difficulty in doing that. But like I said, all in all, I would say didn't last 10 days. Don't know the circumstances of which that was supposed to be possible. But, it did last 5 days. Maybe we'll run another one of these tests here soon to see how long the ice would last if we drain the water out. But if you're looking for an inexpensive option compared to the Yetis and other coolers, like I said, this is I believe it's a 25 or 30 quart cooler for $139. Held ice for almost 5 days. The con, I would say, is I just don't understand the difficulty in being able to open it. And I don't know the way around that yet. Maybe I could do some research and see how, it goes. Features-wise, it looks good. We've got the can opening section there. Got a section here to be able to close that and lock it up. It's got the rope handles to get in, the way it's designed inside. You can put compartments in, be able to maneuver it around. So, I guess we'll just have to put this in practice and see how it does at a sports field, with ice. Maybe for just the amount of time that we're there, that won't be that difficult, but won't know until we try it. But this is the review of Blue Cooler 10-day ice test.